everyone, welcome back to my channel and to another What I Eat in a Day video. Thank you so much for continuing to log on and join me for fantastic days of food. So, because my last What I Eat in a Day started off quite well and kind of went off onto a less impressive finish, I ended up having an omelette for my tea, which sometimes, as I mentioned, it just hits the spot. You don't want anything fancy, you're tired, you just want to eat, you just want to have something that's nice and comforting and filling. So that was my last one, so I promised that this one would be a little bit more exciting, a little bit more like my usual content, and I'm going to deliver. So this morning I had my Biscoff porridge. It's quite a drizzly and dark day today, quite autumnal actually, which really shows you just how fast this year is going. I feel like with COVID, it's just the seasons have all kind of just melted together and become one, and it's just like we're experiencing snow, sun, rain all at once. So anyways, I've had a very comforting breakfast today of Biscoff porridge. I'll insert that now. Really simple, really delicious. If you guys have not tried Biscoff in your ready bread, your porridge, your oatmeal, you have to try it and thank me later, because honestly it's life-changing. So I had that, and then for lunch Andrew's just got back from Tesco and I said to him, check the deli, see if there are any roast chickens, because I fancy a roast chicken sandwich, and there was. So I'm gonna have a Tesco's roast chicken sandwich, which we'll check everything out. Sometimes again it's nice to have a quick lunch. It's a Saturday, I'm quite busy today, so the fact that I don't have to whip anything up, but I'm gonna have a really hearty, fulfilling, delicious lunch like a roast chicken sandwich, really sits well with me. So we'll do that in a moment. And then tonight I'm gonna be whipping up some beef kebab, like beef pieces, like marinated on skewers with lettuce and mayo, and I'm going to make like a garlic sauce to go with it. I might even roast some veggies to go alongside, or have rice or potatoes. I'm not too sure yet, but the main meal tonight is going to be diced beef kebabs, which again is very simple, ideal for families, ideal for fakeaways, great for a Saturday night, which it currently will be a bit later on. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy it. I'll pop anything I think you might be interested in the description box. This jumper is a couple of years old now. It's from Gap, but I love it. I'm sure they'll do something similar, which I can link. I'm just wearing my joggers, very simple outfit, my star socks. It's a Saturday and I'm at home. Where else would I be at the minute? So very comfy and relaxed, but I'll link anything I think you might be interested in, whether it's recipes, books, homey bits, coffee, that kind of thing. So do check it out, and let's get on with the day. My heart said follow through, but I know now that I'm way down on your line, but the waiting feeling's fine, so don't treat me like a puppet on a string, 'cause I know how to do my if you think I'm dumb. What I know when you're gonna come. Afternoon coffee time. I've just made one of my sachets. Sorry, these are 4 points. I don't track these, but feel free to do it. And for my treats, I'm gonna have one of these WW chocolate bars that I received in my ambassador box. These are 3 points across all 3 plans, so no matter which one you're following, it's 3 points for everyone. And they're basically just a caramel chocolate situation, so I'm gonna go and have one of those with a cup of coffee and just chill out for a bit. Just about to start the prep for dinner. I have my diced beef here. This is just Tesco's diced beef. You can get it from Aldi, the butchers, wherever. I like to get this kind of lean, but also still has a little bit of fat on there as well. But again, you can get your butcher to make it as lean or as fatty as you would like. I also have a very simple combination of spices here. I have some smoked paprika. In this bowl here, I have some dried cumin, some turmeric, and some ground cinnamon. I'll put my recipe in the description box down below. It's very simple. We're going to use the juice of a lemon, 3 garlic cloves, salt and pepper, and I have a good quality olive oil in this decanter. So I'm literally just going to combine all of these ingredients in the right measurements into this bowl of meat, and I'm going to let it sit for about an hour. And what that will do is it will break down and tenderize the meat. If you get time, doing this the night before would be ideal, because beef isn't the most succulent if it's quite tough, I guess. So the earlier you can do this, the better. If you did want to tenderize it even further, you could mix this marinade with a yogurt, and the yogurt acidity will break it down as well and make it that much more tender also. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to add a little bit of yogurt as well. And it's going to be very simple but very delicious. Again, I'm thinking of serving this with flatbread, lettuce, salad, perhaps even some rice, not too sure, but for now the main focus here is to get this meat tenderizing. So first off, I'm going to add only 2 tablespoons of yogurt. I don't want too much. Again, the acidity in this is just going to help tenderize that meat and break it down a little bit quicker. If I wanted to do this overnight, I'd perhaps just keep to the original recipe and not infuse the yogurt with it. I'm basically just putting this in to make everything that much smoother. I'm also going to add a good glug of olive oil. Make sure you use a good quality if you can. If you want to use fry light, go ahead. I don't track my oils, I never did, but of course that is up to you. I'm now going to add my spice blend. Again, check the description box for quantities and the exact ingredients that I've used. A really nice handful of rock salt. And I do think you should use rock salt as opposed to table salt, because the texture and the way it breaks things down, again, it makes a difference and it helps with that tenderization process. And then when it comes to the paprika, we're going to add 1 heaped teaspoon, which I think is going to be what I have left, which is pretty perfect, to be honest. I'm just going to add that, and this will remind me to fill my little spice caddy later. I'm just going to mince my garlic straight in. If you wanted to add some rose harissa paste to this, you absolutely can. Again, this is a very simple marinade, one that doesn't take a lot of time, but the flavours work really well together, and sometimes, again, the most simple of marinades can be the most effective. So garlic, paprika, cinnamon, cumin, turmeric, very simple, but all work really harmoniously together and bring out a lot of flavours, especially with a drier cut of meat like diced beef. So that is that. And now I'm going to get the whole lemon for its juice. If you don't have a lemon, feel free to use a lime. And then I'm going to give this a nice stir and make sure that the meat is fully coated, because again, I really want this to tenderize as much as possible. And even this alone, like the flavors that you're investing into this meat, is just incredible. If you wanted to pound the meat a little bit first, you could totally do that, and again, it's going to help break it down, it's going to help with that tenderization process. But I feel like because we've added the yogurt, that's absolutely fine. So this is going to sit like this with a bit of cover wrap on it, and I'm going to leave it for about an hour, perhaps even an hour and a half. I really want to break this meat down as much as possible to make it nice and succulent and tear aparty what is in our kebabs. So that is that. Everything is added, and yeah, it's a sunshine yellow marinade that's very simple to do but smells incredible. So that is going to the fridge. My beef has been sat in the fridge for a good 45 minutes now, and I'm just making some perfumed saffron and mushroom rice. This is very simple. It's basically my regular rice recipe, but into that I'm going to add some fried chestnut mushrooms, some shallots that I've seasoned with saffron, and it just adds a really lovely flavour, and it's just a nice side dish to a dish like this. So I'm just frying those. Yeah, I'm going to use this Tilda rice. We get this for a quick fix, so I'm just going to basically pour straight into that wok the amount that I would need. Andy reminded me that we had this, and he heard me saying that I was going to whip up some rice, and he was like, I've just put some rice on the worktop for the kids. So me and the kids are going to share this packet, and yeah, it's going to be delicious. This is the same portion size amount for any rice that you would make. It's just regular soft basmati. So I'm not even going to heat it up in the microwave first. I'm literally just going to pour the serving that I want straight into my wok. And I'm not having much because these chestnut mushrooms and shallots are actually quite filling, and I find, especially with chestnut mushrooms, they can be quite meaty and quite substantial. So I'm literally just going to toss that all in the oil and then add a little bit of saffron. You do not need much saffron for it to make a difference. If I had some fresh coriander, I would chop some of that up and put it in here as well. but I've just checked on my coriander and it's looking a little bit worse for wear, so I'm not going to. Before I pop my saffron in, I'm going to add a sprinkling of cumin seeds. Again, this is just going to all perfume that rice really beautifully and add to the aromatic flavours. And as you can see, I mean, you could have this as a meal. It would be totally substantial. The only thing I would add, if you wanted to eat this as a main on its own, you could perhaps add some chicken or some beef. You could just add a ton of vegetables and have a veggie version with a bit of stock. That would be absolutely delightful. So I'm going to get my saffron, add that in, and I'm going to set this aside to sit. For those of you that haven't come across saffron before, it's these tiny shreds and you do not need much of them. That's why they come in such small packages. And I'm literally just going to scatter a few threads and put the rest back because it's very intense in its flavour. If you don't have saffron, you know, you don't have to use it, but whatever you have, infuse this rice with. I sometimes use pomegranate. That's a really delicious flavour to add as well. Just get creative. It just makes rice a little bit more fun and a little bit more impressive on the plate. So I'm just going to mix all of this up. The meat is cooking. I've actually decided to use the same pan. I've used the same wok to cook the meat in because I think it will echo the flavours really well. I've also got one of these Deli Kitchen Greek style flatbreads. These are 5 points. The rice serving that I've used is 5 points as well, so that's 10, and the beef is 2 points. If you want to factor in your olive oil, you would have to add that as well, but again, not too bad for a takeaway. So I'm going to get plated up and enjoy.
It's been 3 years since I'm knocking on your door, and I still can knock some more. Ooh boy, is it feasible? I wanna know now.
Have it, guys. It looks delicious. If I was serving this to other people, I would put these onto bamboo skewers, but as soon as it's just for me, I've not really bothered to do that. But you could put these onto skewers. I just find it easier to cook the meat this way, but honestly it smells so good. I'm gonna go and enjoy. That dinner was so good, guys. One that I would really recommend for takeaways, cooking for a large amount of people, because it all goes in one bowl and in one pan and you are done. Lots of flavour, really simple marinade but very effective and delicious indeed. So check out the description box down below for recipes. Sorry about the washing machine, it's on a cycle, but thank you so much for watching. Give it a like, subscribe if you're new to see these every day from me, and don't forget that notification bell so you don't miss a video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
I do knock some more.